There's one. Nice. Yeah, he's all right. All right, good morning. Welcome to the Savage River. It's late August. I'm here on a weekday about 8 a.m. Air temp is looking really good. It's about 60 degrees right now, but the high today is not even 70, so it's a little bit overcast, but could be a good fishing day. The water's flowing at about 50 CFS, which is a little lower than normal. You'd like it to be about 100 to 125, but it's definitely fishable. Haven't checked the temps yet, but I'm guessing it's about 60 degrees. It comes out of the dam at 55 degrees, and I'm about 3.5 miles downstream of that, so we'll check the water when we get down there. But I'm gonna be going pretty lightweight today, 7.5 foot 3 weight. I'll probably start off with some dries. I usually do, just some kind of tan caddis, and don't have any luck with that, we'll try some nymphs and streamers. All right, there's the water. Looking pretty good. When I start here, I usually like to start just right above that little wall. You got a little shelf right there. Got some runs over there, some fast runs, there's some depth to them. And then I'll fish all those runs up there and then hit the pockets on upstream for the next quarter mile or so. And I can usually fish this stretch for about an hour. So before we go out there, let's check the temperature. And I want to try out this new little fish pond thermometer. This is the one that I've used forever. This one is decent. It's lasted a long time, but it's just a little bit slow. Very durable and pretty accurate. But I'm thinking this little digital one they have right here might be even easier. Just click for a couple seconds, turn it on, and we hold it down here in the water. And that was a pretty quick reading. We got 59.9 degrees, so I was pretty close. I'm expecting it to be about 60 down here. Okay, so I'm obviously hitting all the likely holes, but I'm also stopping at little runs like this. Now, these are fairly low probability, but they're pretty easy to fish. I can just stand over here on the side and don't have to have much line out to drift my little foam wing caddis down here through these. I don't spend a lot of time on here, but I will stop for a minute or two as I'm wading upstream. Look at that, there we go. What we got on here? We got a rainbow. Oh my goodness. All right, probably came up from the north branch. Doesn't look like a stalker. He's probably too small to be a stalker. But good healthy colors on this guy. All right, get on back in there, buddy. All right, that was pretty fun. But I've got a big pool right after that first little stretch of pocket water. You can see it up here in front of me. It's not optimal water for dry fly fishing, and especially this big foam wing caddis, because they'll get a long look at it. So I've tied on about 2 feet of 6X tippet, and I've got a little experimental nymph underneath it. Not totally experimental, I've used it before. It's just a very simple little bead head, squirrel fur body, and olive color with a little bit of rubber legs on it. So I don't know if I've ever tied this thing for the channel. Probably haven't. It's just kind of simple, but I do tie a lot of simple flies. But I will fish this dry dropper through this run, and then I'll probably cut the dropper off when I get up there to that pocket water. So let's give this a shot right here. This water does look pretty deep. I mean, I've had some luck here before. It's not usually with a dry fly. Caught one really nice fish here on a streamer a couple years ago. But it's not hard to fish, and I've got that little beadhead squirrel body nymph a couple feet under that caddis. I can get a little farther out here. Gets deep quick though, so I can't go too far. But maybe just enough to give me some room to back cast. There's one. Coming right at me. No! All right. He took the nymph. Let's grab the net for this guy. Hook came right out of him. All right, nice little wild brown. Get on back in there, buddy. Well, I haven't exactly been tearing it up this first hour and a half with that tan caddis. I did get 2 hookups and I landed one of them, neither of them very big. Maybe it's because I'm just not seeing any caddis in the air. But I am seeing some mayflies. I'm seeing probably a size 12, pretty big, dark, dun colored. That may be a slate drake. Then there's about an 18 or 20, also dun colored mayfly. Maybe that's a blue wing olive. So that's what I'm going to tie on right now. Going to go pretty small. So I'm putting on a number 20. It's a fairly generic mayfly with a palmered body, no wing. Pretty easy tie. I think I've tied it for the channel before, but it does well for me here occasionally. And I've got some decent looking water up here right in front of me, and the next 100 yards or so might do pretty well with this little guy. Let's give it a shot. So here's what I'm talking about. Still in this pocket water, lots of pockets in this next 100 yards or so, but we've got little fast runs, little chutes here with some riffles in between these rocks. So it's a little bit technical fishing, but not terribly difficult. Not making any really long casts. 15, 20 feet at the most. Just going to drift this little number 20, generic kind of palmered mayfly down through here. All right, let's go up there to the left of that rock, that fast little chute right there. Well, that's a good cast. There we go. There's a decent fish. Don't come right at me, buddy. All right, we'll get the net for this guy. Not huge, but big enough. All right, hooks out of him. Pretty little wild brown. All right, get on back in there, buddy. So that little number 20 palmer generic mayfly hasn't really been tearing them up. I got the one fish with it, but I'm starting to see more of the bigger mayflies in the air, these dark dun colored ones. So I'm gonna go to my third fly of the day, about a number 14. It's almost an Adams, but it's just a little bit darker, another generic mayfly. But I got a decent stretch in front of me, maybe another 100 yards or so to fish before I head on back to the truck and find the next spot. So let's get out here and give it a shot. All right, got a couple of decent looking spots right here. Got a little pool over there, a little fast riffle right here. And I'm trying this number, I guess it's a 14, I think. Dark colored, pretty generic mayfly. Just gonna drift it right down through here. There's one. He's nice. Yeah, he's all right. Stay upstream of me, buddy. Oh, and a brook trout. Holy cow, I've gotten all 3 fish today. And this is a decent looking little brook trout. Beautiful, holy cow. Simmer down, buddy. All right, got him off. Good 8 inches, maybe 9. Wow. All right, all 3 species. I can't remember the last time I've gotten that here. All right, well, I am back at the truck for an early lunch break. I ended up fishing that stretch for a couple hours. I think I got 4 fish, none of them very big, but cool thing was I did get a rainbow brown and a brook trout, which doesn't happen all that often. So I want to eat my sandwich right now, then probably drive on up to the Garrett Bridge and hit that for a little while. So sometimes I just try to be patient. I'm kind of tired. I've been out here all day. It's been slow for the last several hours. So I'm just sitting on the bank here in a big pool where, you know, I've had luck here before. So just waiting to see, waiting for a hatch to start or see if I see any fish on the surface. All right, I just saw one, and that was literally the only rise I've seen all day. I mean, aside from the few that came up to take my fly. Let's go down here and see if he won't come up again. Not gonna have much of a drift. He was further out than that. Good 10 feet, but I'm just gonna go out there a little bit slowly. Yeah, that fly is just barely moving on the surface. That's right about where he was rising. So, low probability that he comes up for a dry fly that is hardly even moving on the surface. Oh boy, it has been a slow afternoon. I'm talking 4 hours with nothing slow. Can't remember the last time I had a take. So I'm gonna probably be wrapping it up here pretty soon. I'm gonna fish a couple more spots. You can see that sun on the water. This is a tough spot to fish this time of day, but I'll give it a go. Sometimes about an hour or two before sunset, we do have another hatch, and I am starting to see some small mayflies in the air. Haven't seen any fish rising, but we'll go back to a number 20, little dun-colored mayfly. See if we can't get anything to come up. Oh yeah, but while I am doing this, just trying to find a spot where I can cast without looking directly in the sun. So while I'm doing this, we'll just, we'll do the hat giveaway, which I haven't even thought about it yet. I can't remember what we did last video. But let's do, it's almost supper time. I'm starting to think about dinner. How about this? Just leave a comment. What's your favorite food? My favorite is spaghetti. It has always been my favorite my whole life. I like hot dogs too. Cheeseburgers. I like Mexican food. I like all kinds of food. There goes a little mayfly. I don't know if you can see that. It's almost a sulfur. It's a light dun color, but a very small bug. So there you go. Just leave your comment with whatever your favorite food is. If you're in the US, in a couple of days, I'll go to the random comment picker and pick a winner and send you a hat. And oh, I do need to mention, the only way I have to let people know they've won is to post something in the community post, which nobody ever looks at, or respond to your comment, which I do. I always respond to your comment saying, hey, you won, send me an email and I'll get you the hat. But a lot of people don't ever look at the replies to their comments. So yeah, if you want to play and you want to leave a comment, make sure in a couple of days you check to see if there has been any response to your comment. I've got a couple of unclaimed hats out there. All right, I've not seen a fish rise, but I'm gonna fish this a little bit. There's a little stretch downstream that I can also fish. I'll give it a few more minutes, and if no luck, pretty soon, I'm just gonna head back to the truck. Well, no luck in those last couple of holes. I did see a few bugs in the air, small mayflies again. I think I even saw some sulfurs. It's way past season for them. But I'm calling it a day. okay this morning. I think I got maybe 4, but I did get one of each, rainbow brook and a couple of browns. Nothing this afternoon. Saw one rise, that's it, in about 4 or 5 hours. So anyway, it's been a pretty fun day. It's always a nice day to get out, but I am kind of beat. So about time to head back to the house. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.